Can't lie. Shop anywhere else, I'll be. Bro, yo, listen. If you want a premium steak, mate, yeah, you go to the butchers or you go Waitrose, bro. And I'm sorry for saying, you're the butchers / Waitrose, mate, and you got that premium steak that we need, mate. Yeah, I don't want no fucking some hanging tough meat, mate. Yeah, pause. Yeah, we need to move on for this. Nah, I went down the wrong path there, boys. I can't lie. Oh no, we need to move on from that one. Get me out the meat shop right now. Get me out the meat shop right now. Nah, that went south real quick. Yeah, I know, boys. I know. Yo, chill. I went the wrong way, boys. I went the wrong way. Get me out of there. Take me to the fruit aisle. Oh, LB's getting fruity. What the hell? Florian. Oh, art thou Florian?
Good afternoon. Welcome back to We Are the South Stand. 244 of you in here. I know a few of you have come over from Never a Foul. You want to hear some salty shit? And guess what? I've got it for you because I'm salty as fuck. Yeah, I am. I know a lot of our fan base. I think I'll try and stay off of Twitter, but I think Twitter's having a complete fucking meltdown as well. Patrick's going to be joining me shortly. He wants to have a rant about Florian as well. Please make sure you like the video. I'm not going to ask you to sub. If you're not a City fan, you don't need to sub. You can just enjoy the tears. But if you are a City fan, please sub because we're not always going to be salty. Hopefully, we're going to bounce back. Right, let me explain to you why I am so pissed off. Let me find a message because I think I sent it to my good friend Imran earlier. Let me see if I can find it. I gave my reasons, right? No, I can't find it. But ultimately, my main reasons are, firstly, I wanted Wirtz, right? Let me be clear. I'm not going to come out here now and you might hear some things on this show which is maybe a bit of copium and maybe me trying to find a way that we dodged a fucking bullet. But I wanted Wirtz. Let me be absolutely clear, yeah? I wanted Wirtz. So that pissed me off. Now, if he went to Bayern, you know, all right, it means competition in the Champions League, but it's not a league rival, right? The problem is we've let him go to someone we're playing catch up with. And that is what, and actually, let me rewind on that. We haven't let him go. He's chose to go, yeah? And we'll get into that a bit later as well, because I know a lot of people want to blame the board. I don't think you can always blame the board. Ultimately, we always say, and if someone doesn't want to join your club, you can't fucking kidnap them and make them join your club, right? Maybe the board could have done more. Maybe Pep being there when Florian came over might have helped. There could be a lot of things. But the second reason is ultimately, Florian Wirtz is joining a rival. A rival that I don't care about winning fucking trophies here and there, but I do not want this rival to become a fucking, you know, a treble winner, a team that retains trophies, a team that goes on and maybe does a three-peat. But the biggest reason for me why I'm worried, yeah, is are we changing as a club that is struggling to get business done? Now, I will say on that, right now, I'm in reactionary mode and I'm going to throw my toys out the pram and say, yeah, this is shit. But we have to give it the whole transfer window. There might be a plan. There might be a master plan. We didn't get Kane. Next season, we got Haaland. We can't wait till next season. But anyway, while I try and be positive, hi, Patrick.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Calm down yet?
Nah, man, I haven't. I'm not taking this very well, you know. At the end of the day, I don't understand how it's possible. Every time, you know, like when you start
what
believing,
don't you understand? What is not? What don't you understand?
Okay, so let me analyze this for a minute. There's clubs in this world, right, that are capable of certain things. Liverpool is not one of them. What I mean by that is, if they are a big club, Liverpool is a big club, and we understand that. But Liverpool is not a club that signs these big mega stars. This is Madrid signing. This is something you hear from Chelsea. Do you hear me?
It's very much a
And the
Chelsea.
time when
Madrid, yeah, I
the
hear
time
that.
we used to hear from obviously Robinho, that was City, but we heard it Jack Grealish 100 million. But we were surprised even with City when City dropped 100 million on Jack Grealish. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
because ultimately, when we're talking about, I think like the top 20 signings in football history, I think City have one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what's painful about this is, I think it's making it more painful is the fact that we are losing KDB. For the fact that we're losing KDB, right? We as a City fan base, we were looking around saying, okay, we're losing KDB, one of the biggest midfielders. Who's the closest you can go get? It was Wirtz. And we thought, okay, even though Wirtz is interested in Bayern, I think we might convince Wirtz because of Pep Guardiola. We might convince Wirtz because KDB is leaving. So the report is we're selling you the KDB dream. I am broken a bit because I was like, how has Liverpool maneuvered this so smoothly? Because first of all,
Have you seen news this morning that apparently Liverpool have been speaking to him since January or February?
if we knew that KDB was leaving, that means we never knew KDB was leaving. That means we decided that last minute. Why were we not talking to him then?
Maybe we were. I think we were. But you know what? There's people in the chat saying, like, let's be clear. He rejected us, right? And this is where I think it's very easy for us right now to be blaming the board, right? Because whenever things go wrong for you, you want to blame somebody, right? You want to swing out and blame someone. But the board, and like I said, maybe the board could have done more. But listen, Khaldoon fucking flew over and had a meeting with him, yeah? So we can't say, oh, no, we can't even blame this on Viana. Because Khaldoon flew over and had the fucking meeting with Wirtz and his family, from what we've been told, right? So we have, for me, I think the board have tried everything. I actually just think Wirtz rejected us and wanted to go to Liverpool. Now, we can keep blaming the board, but what did we want the board to do? Literally put him in handcuffs and go, nah, you're signing for us, mate. Like,
let me look. At the end of the day, I have heard people saying, oh, we cannot force somebody to come through. But okay, let's leave that there, right? Let's say, okay, we can't force somebody to come through. I think people don't understand. I don't know why. It's just the fact that if it was Klopp, I understand. Klopp is German. Klopp has good legacy. But it's Arne Slot. I don't know. I'm sorry. People are like, oh, he's one. I don't care.
Hold on. But it's not Arne Slot. It's Arne Slot. It's Edwards. It's Hughes. It's Liverpool. We can't just focus on one thing. You have to focus on. We are currently a team that, to this day, right now, we still don't know if we've got Champions League football. Liverpool 2 weeks ago knew they won the league, right?
Yeah,
so
but
again,
I think this is pimp slapping. We've got pimp slap here. I think so. We have been pimp slapped here. I'm sorry. Like, look,
maybe.
Daps, I don't know. The thing is, it's just the fact that I am looking at Liverpool and saying, oh my God, the way they're moving, it's painful. Look, we've moved like that before, and maybe I'm just being greedy, but it's just the fact that
it is painful. I agree with you on that.
I think
seeing Liverpool move like this is painful.
You're losing such a big piece, and that guy is right in the comments. We've just got dunked by Liverpool. This is a dunking. This is the proper dunking, and I respect it, but it hurts so much. But the thing is, what I mean by it's Arne Slot is I know, like, they've won the league, but it's just Pep Guardiola versus Arne Slot. Let's be serious for a minute. And then I don't know.
He has to get spat at. He's going to get spat at every single day.
Nah, man, it's they get Frimpong, who's been twerking for City for so long. He's always said, I love to go back there. He goes there. And people are telling me, oh, it's fine. We can, Wesley is cold. Where did you see, where is he cold? Where did you watch Wesley? No. Let me ask the guys in the comments. Where did you see Wesley? Where is he cold? Where has he been cold before? Like, before, Adapts, before we were linked to Wesley, did anybody know Wesley?
Nah, bro, listen, I think I said it on your show last night that for me at this point, right, and this is where we have to look at, right, what's our next move? Because at the moment, as a fan base, right, we can sit here, we can crash out for the next fucking month about not getting Florian Wirtz. We can do that, yeah? And I know some people will do that. Some people needed this ammunition in the fucking gun to come for fucking Manchester City. And I am meaning some City fans, yeah, that just really, for whatever reason, aren't as positive about the board as I am, right? We've given them ammunition now, and they will happily let off that gun for the next month, right? But ultimately, that ain't going to get us nowhere. And by the way, by the end of this transfer window, if we have not done certain things, I will be really fucking questioning the board. However, at this point, the transfer window is not opened yet. Once that game finishes on Sunday, we can then do deals with clubs. We know what type of football we've got. We know what clauses we're putting in contracts. We know what deal we have to do with Nottingham Forest, etc., etc. We have to react to this right now, right? We can't, we haven't got Wirtz. Cool. That could be a blessing in disguise, by the way, because we do have 10s at the club, right? We do have quite a few 10s at the club. Question marks over them, but we have 10s. We have to go and get 2 8s over the line, and we have to go and get decent fullbacks. And by the way, if Ederson goes, we've got to go and get a fucking decent keeper. And if that means we go in and we fucking rival Newcastle for Trafford, if that means we go in and rival Villa for Chevalier, then we have to do that. This Wirtz budget has to be moved elsewhere and now has to be spent elsewhere. So if we were looking at say 40 million pound fullbacks, no, put an extra 20 on both of them, right? Because we have that money from Wirtz. We have to move big because we are already playing catch up, right? This can be right. There's very rarely one route to success, right? We wanted Wirtz, we didn't get him. It doesn't mean that's the only option, right? We just have to make sure that we get, for me, Patrick, getting Reijnders out. If we do not get Reijnders over the line, yeah, then I might seriously be on Patrick crash out mode. But we have to get him. We have to get him over the line now.
Can I ask you how looking at it so far, where we are at this point in time, how far are we from Liverpool? What's the point gap?
I don't know about points because points are completely irrelevant.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm saying sometimes you have to play catch up, isn't it? So
we're playing catch up
as a team. How far are we as a team right now from Liverpool? If you talk about the current state,
quite well. We're far.
So them adding Wirtz ping pong and that guy Kirksey, whatever his name is, from Bournemouth. How long? What gap have they caused?
But here's the thing. I hear you, and I do think, at this point, I think, and by the way, this is all based on who comes in. Arsenal are being linked with good players at the moment. We're not favourites to win the league next season, definitely not, and we are quite some way away. But if I would have took you back 12 months ago, this time last year, and told you next season, Man City's midfield is going to look aged as fuck, and Man City going to be completely fucking out of the title race, yeah, you would have gone, shut up, Daps, right? You might have said, oh, I've got a few reservations. You would not be telling me that City, the drop-off of Manchester City would be from where we were last season to where we are now. Now, that could happen to Liverpool too, right? If Liverpool have a season next season like us, with injuries, if all of a sudden Van Dijk starts coming of age, if Salah starts coming of age, all of a sudden that gap is not as big. However, we can't allow it to get bigger this transfer window. And at the moment... Can I ask
you, were you, is there copium in that Coca-Cola can you're drinking?
Shitloads.
Because you're doing copium. Oh, if Van Dijk this, if this one does this. These guys, first of all, I am just hoping and praying that Kanachi doesn't sign that extension. Or maybe somebody comes from. I am hoping. And that's even copium. I don't know. Daps, I don't know what has happened to me. I was calm. And you know what? I was like you. I think it's the fact that I had this thing in my head that there is no way this is going to go over the line. So I think looking at it where David Onstein and looking at Fab I think it's those two that have triggered me, because looking at them saying this deal is done and he is actually rejecting Bayern. Every player has a dream to go to Bayern. Every German player. That's the thing is, if the news came out and say, "Oh, Wirtz is going to Bayern," right? He's going to Bayern. You know
that is an
like,
elite diss. Sorry, that is an elite diss.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, if it came out that saying Wirtz is going to Bayern, I was gonna sit there and say, I understand it's Bayern, everybody's a dream. But Liverpool, from what? What does Liverpool? I'm sorry, it's just Liverpool. What has Liverpool told him? This Edward guy, is he that cold? Like, what did they say?
Oh no, he is. Edwards is fucking cold as Edwards is cold as day.
He's the one who took Van Dijk from us, isn't he? He's the one who took Van Dijk.
He's the one that took Van Dijk. He's cold as fuck, yeah. He's shrewd as fuck, and the fact that he joined them and he didn't go and spend instantly because he wanted obviously see what Slot needed. Won the league fucking anyway. But the coldest bit of this, yeah, and it reminds me of how Edwards used to do business, is the fact that he's been speaking with Wirtz since fucking January or February. I hear you, Nitin. Clubbers to sorry, no, it wasn't this one. It was the comment you put before. Where is it? Fucking hell, the chat's moving quick today. Where the fuck has it gone? You put a different comment in here. I'm gonna find it. Where the fuck has it gone? Sorry. I did see a comment I wanted to put up from Nitin where he said that losing him to Bayern, we could take that in it, but losing him to City, losing him to Liverpool, I think that's another one that hurts because we've lost him to fucking a Premier League rival. Now, I'm not going to take away from the fact that Liverpool are a big fucking club. Let's have it right. Liverpool fucking have won 20 league titles. Is it 5 Champions Leagues? They're the current champions, right? I do think the fact that Frimpong is there. I don't think it is the way people are making out this is embarrassing. It's not as embarrassing as people are making out, because when we're saying it's embarrassing, that is like, it's 6 Champions Leagues. Yeah. Is it 6 now? Fucking hell. Jesus, I thought it was 5. There we go. There we go. But when people are saying, oh, it's fucking embarrassing, it's disgusting, I do think, and by the way, go and watch Never a Foul. I've made it very fucking clear how much I hate Liverpool, right? But at the same time, I do respect they're a big fucking club. So losing a player to Liverpool and the champions of fucking England, yeah. Come on. Being the champions of England is a pull, you know? Being able to tell a player. It is a pull.
Do you know what's funny?
And also, by the way, let's also really, if we really deep it, yeah? The whole Frimpong thing. Like, Wirtz has come out and said about how he respects players that go to countries they're not used to, and the fact that Frimpong is there, it makes it a bit easier. The fact that, and this is probably one of the biggest things, is if you're Wirtz and you're looking at Manchester City in the style of football we play, and then you're looking at Liverpool in the style of football Liverpool play, which one, if you're Wirtz, would you think, oh, that suits me?
I'm not buying that one though, because
you're not buying what? You don't think Liverpool's style of play suits him more?
No, it's just like he is a technician. He's a technical player. And if you watch him, right, he's very technical. He is good on the counter, but he's also good in small spaces. He's good in small spaces. And like, he can actually break down a team parking the bus. I'm telling you guys, I don't know. And you know what? I am so confused. I'm like a computer right now. I'm trying to compute in my head, looking at Wirtz in the Liverpool jersey. It just looks so weird. I have seen the pictures. Everything just looks so weird. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Am I dreaming? Tell me I'm dreaming. Maybe I'm dreaming. Maybe I'm somewhere dreaming. I think yesterday, I'm still sleeping and this is a dream. And maybe that's the reason why you ended up with this emergency stream. I think I'm dreaming. I think I am dreaming. I think... Nah. I can't believe this. And even I'm looking at the pictures right here. How? Somebody said it makes a sense from where? Do you know who I thought was a Liverpool signing? Turkey. That's a Liverpool signing.
Bro, I don't think Turkey is, because by the way, I'm going to put a real strong this is rumours about his attitude. So I don't think that is a Liverpool signing. The type of signing that I think is a Liverpool signing, and by the way, this is a very fucking good signing, would be a player like Mbeumo. Yeah, that's the type of Edwards signing, a shrewd signing, but it is what it is. I think this just shows, that this whole Liverpool don't have any pull is bullshit. Yeah, it's just Liverpool often go for a certain type of player.
Yeah, I think
so. This whole Liverpool don't have a pull. I've never bought into it because, like, I know our club and I know Liverpool and I know we're going up. We've got more pull than we had when fucking we were at Main Road. We've got more pull than we had under Stuart Pearce, but we're still not got. Like I said, we haven't got 6 Champions Leagues. Yeah,
and you know what's funny, Dubs? The Wonders, thinking about it, Liverpool Wonders said they're going to sign a big player soon. Do you remember they were bidding for Caicedo out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere also. So they gave us warnings. So they gave us warnings that one day we will sign a big player.
And that when they went in for Caicedo and they didn't spend the money, that's what. Right, I remember when we wanted Jorginho, right, from Napoli, and we didn't get him because of the whole Napoli fucked us over, basically. Yeah. But instead of rushing out and getting any DM, we came out and said, no, we're not just going to buy any DM. We have to buy the right DM. We waited a season. Then we got Rodri, right? Now, with Caicedo, Liverpool could have rushed out and fucking spent that money unwisely elsewhere. Because the minute
they tried Lavia, isn't it? They tried Lavia, then they failed.
Yeah. Which they dodged a bullet with that because Lavia is just injury prone as fuck. But Liverpool didn't rush out and spend that money. They aligned it. They said, no, we'll wait. And now they've got this. But right, I've put this chat up here. I'm going to get to super chats in a minute. Is this because the other day on when I was doing a show with LB, this name got brought up, right? And I Googled him. Is this banter, right? Or is someone, because it's now the second time I've heard this fucker's name, yeah? Is this banter or is this person actually someone we genuinely should look at? Can someone let me know? Because his stats looked all right. Admittedly, I think he's only playing for, he's only like played for FC 20 or something. But the fact I've seen his name twice, is this banter or is this actual fucking real?
He's played 34 games, 25 goals, 7 assists.
Right, so the numbers look good, yeah? But I'm thinking, I've never heard of this player, but now 2 people have mentioned him. Right, people, there is nearly 700 people in here. The likes are on 143. Respectfully, that is rubbish, right? There's nearly 700 of you in here. Please, please, please just take 1 second to like the video. It will help this channel massively. We're a new channel. We're trying to grow and it will push this content out to more people. Right. Couple of super chats just want to go through. First one is from Darcy. I'm worried about the next few years, not going to lie. Not just missing out on Wirtz, but the last few windows have been subpar, if we're honest. I agree with you. That my biggest thing of this is once I get over the fact we didn't get Wirtz, once I get over the fact that he's gone to Liverpool, it's now, this is where I am. Okay, cool, City, I need a reaction. I really need a fucking reaction.
What is the reaction, though?
A reaction is, firstly, getting Reijnders over the line as quickly. Right, we have to remember, we need a reaction quicker than anyone else because we have a Club World Cup. And I know we can do business during that, but if we want players to settle in with the squad, we need them ASAP. A reaction for me is we go and get Reijnders done. If we have to pay 60 million, we pay 60 million. We don't spend 3 fucking weeks arguing over fucking 5 or 10 million. We just go and get the deal done because there is a world where, right, there is a real world where Rodri comes back, right? Perfect. There is a real world where Foden, and listen, Foden getting over the problems he has off pitch is going to be difficult. For anyone that thinks, oh, it's fine, he can just, be back next season. I pray he is, but we have to give him time. But there is a world where Foden comes back, right? There is a world where hsve plays in the 10 and hsve cooks. There is a world where Marmoush plays in the 10 and Marmoush cooks. However, Those
Is,
8
is,
roles.
is that the Hope Nation?
No,
Hope
bro.
Nation.
All right. Nah, bro, you can't tell me that because you fucking love hsve. So
I
you
do.
can't love hsve, then tell me I'm doing copium, right? You can't have both arguments. So I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying there is a world where that happens. However, De Bruyne is leaving. Gundogan's going to be 35. Fucking Kovacic is going to be 31 or 32. Bernardo's going to be 32. We need 8s. We need 8s more than we need 10s, right? We cannot fumble the Reijnders one. So me moving serious is get that one over the line. We then need to fucking address 1 or 2 fullbacks. And we need to do this all very quickly. The key with me is we can't be fucking about. We can't spend a whole month bartering, yeah? And by the way, we're in this position because we did this last summer. We did this the summer before. We have to react. Appreciate the super chat. Next one, they got Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes, and Alvarez. Bro, Benno, they ain't getting Alvarez. I'm telling you now. Alvarez and his family wanted Madrid. They've wanted Madrid for Patrick. Are you on mute? Yeah. I thought
I was.
Bro, no one worry about them getting Alvarez. They ain't getting Alvarez.
Firstly, don't curse it again.
No, I'm not cursing it, bro. We like speaking with his family year before last, year before that. His family wanted Madrid. They wanted the weather. They didn't like the weather in England. Not just him, his whole family. They've got Madrid. They've only been there for 1 year. He's in a squad surrounded by other Argentinians. Yeah, they paid 85 million for him. Firstly, Liverpool would have to give Atletico a lot of money to get him. Yeah. Secondly, they'd have to prize him away from somewhere he's very fucking happy. I think these rumors are just mental. Alvarez has been at Atletico and had a good season, 1 season. Why would he possibly go, actually, do you know what? I hated the weather in England, but I want to go back after 1 year. It's not happening.
Do you think they told him, because another thing he wasn't happy with is the role he had at City. What if they offer him saying, look at this. We've got Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes. These guys are assisting you, and you're going to be the main striker. I think he's taking that. Sometimes you take that.
Nah, you know? Bro, he honestly, yeah, shoot me. I'll shut the fucking channel down, yeah, if he goes to Liverpool. He's not going to Liverpool. 1 season at a club, yeah? And I'll repeat, it's under Simeone, shitloads of Argentinian players in a country that him and his family have always wanted to live. Not just... Bro, you ain't get, and furthermore, do we really think Liverpool, after spending 250 million potentially, yeah, on fucking the overall package for Wirtz, are then going to go, right, cool. Well, now we're going to go and trigger 120 million release clause, yeah, and then go and pay him even fucking more. Because, by the way, Alvarez, I don't know what wage he's on. He's going to be on a decent wage at Atletico because he left City to go there, right? They're not then going to go and throw a serious bag at him. Like, clip this up as much as you want. Clip it up. Alvarez is not going to Liverpool. No way. No way, no how.
What if you find out they start selling Jota, they sell Diaz, they start selling some of these players they have? And I'm pretty sure at this point in time, they can even sell Curtis Jones, you know? At this point in time, they can sell Curtis Jones. They don't need him. I think what's also pissing off here is it's the PR by City saying the deal was not enough. Man City don't lie to us. You're getting rid of KDB was on 4K a week, and then you haven't spent much, even though after you've been the highest selling club. So telling us that you don't know the deal was that big, that was just a pure lie.
No, that was I didn't like that.
City always get ready for something. That's the reason why I feel like this was where they're putting all the eggs in one basket. I don't know, man. You know, the response has to be big, and it has to be a very big response. Whatever PR City want to do, it's going to be a big response, because I don't think City fans or anybody is going to accept, as Dap says, we're not going to accept an average, cheap-ass 4-back, while Kirksey and Frimpong are going to Liverpool. We're not going to be accepting budget type players to come in. No, we didn't pay 85 million for Nunes. That was not what we paid. I don't know who told you that. Anyway, the guy in the comments. But we just have to get something right, because so far we've been shopping at Audi and things have been worked out. So the first time we were trying to get something top level, trying to go to Max
It's
and
not. Hold
Spencer's
on.
and buy
It's not.
something.
No, Patrick. This is not the first time we've tried to get someone. We have not been like, come on, man. Manchester City have not got to where we are. Like, I get it. I'm pissed off with this, but let's not do this on Man City. Like, always shop at Aldi.
No,
not
always, not always. I'm talking about
man.
recently. Recently, we haven't shopped that great. Recently,
no, we haven't recently.
We haven't recently. Yeah, but before before, look, let's be honest. Before we were called in England that we are the most well-run club in England. People were gushing and always jealous of what we're doing. But I'm just saying, recently we've shopped things that we don't want. We're not panic buy. It's one of those things where you go to the shop and you didn't want to buy a chocolate bar, but you still buy the chocolate bar. Then you came home and it's like, why am I buying a chocolate bar? I don't know. There's a way where you start
way
buying
too many times.
You're not buying things you're not supposed to buy. So, but anyway, we'll see. But at the end of the day, let's just admit, big up to Liverpool. You've made a big statement, a huge statement. I don't know what the rest of the league is going to do because everybody is talking about statements. The only bigger statement here would be Rodrigo then.
But hold on. Before we move on to that, just this super chat. Appreciate the super chat from Akash saying we're not winning Premier League or Champions League for the next 5 years, for fuck's sake. 5 years is mental, bro. I'm not going to lie. Listen, I am probably where you are at the moment with where we are, that I would say at this point, because there's a lot of unknowns with us. Like, will Rodri get back to his best by August, September, right? That's a question mark. Will Foden get back? That's a question mark. Will Edison leave? That's a question mark. Will we replace him well? That's a question mark. Will we get Reijnders? Question mark. Will we get fullbacks? There's a lot of question marks on City, right? So we have to look at where we are. We're probably going to end the season 3rd or 4th. We're playing catch up. So I hear you. However, I will repeat, you can't sit here and say Liverpool will not win the Premier League. Forget the Champions League for a minute, for 5 seasons, right? Because this time last year, with Klopp leaving, everyone was saying Liverpool ain't winning the league for 5 years. Everyone was saying it. Klopp leaving, Trent, Salah, Van Dijk, they're going to be leaving soon. They ain't winning the league for years. 5 years is wild, bro. Anything can change just like that. But I do agree right now, we're probably the 3rd favourites to win the league next season at this point. We that can change. And I will keep saying we have to give the board some time to cook. The transfer window has not opened yet. Yeah, we can't go, right, that's it. Throw our toys out the pram before the window even opens and goes, fucking, we're going to have a shit transfer window. We can't do that, yeah?
When is the window opening?
I believe it is. So there's a gap for us. I think it's opening just after the season. Then, but ultimately, we can start really, really pushing forward with deals even before the window opens. We can start actually negotiating because we know what we have to offer. June the 1st. Yes, June the 1st is a week. Yeah, a week.
Do you even believe that Livramento thing? Because I think that's another lie.
Right. So the Livramento thing for me, I don't think we will be able to get Livramento, right? Because I think Newcastle are getting Champions League football. Now that Trippier's come of age, Livramento is probably going to be their number one. He might already be their number one right back. They're not going to... Oh, and also, by the way, he's also English quote for them, which is relevant to them as well. So I can't see a world where they would sell him to us. However, that's another thing. When I said about I want to see reaction, that's the type of move that I would see as a reaction. That, okay, cool. Because we all know how City, we've seen it documented before, how City's budget works, yeah? Is Twitter down? Sorry, someone just asked, is Twitter down? I don't really...
Yeah, Twitter is down, yeah.
Oh, shit, that probably means... Is it Twitter that's also owned by the same people as... I'm sure it'll be back up soon anyway, yeah. So that's probably a good thing, Twitter being down, to be fair. But we now City work with the budget alignment, right? That we have a pot of money and... we have, say, 3 to 5 targets in each position, and they allocate budget to each one. We'd allocated probably the biggest amount of budget to Wirtz. Now that budget is not being spent on Wirtz, we have to realign that budget and up the level of players we're going for. So us being linked with us being linked with Livramento, that's better. I want to see us being linked with that quality of players. And by the way, some people might not like Livramento. Me personally, I like Livramento. I think Livramento is a good fullback. Right. This Rodrigo, in fact, let me do the super chat. Then we're going to talk on Rodrigo quickly, because I know Rodrigo is a name that's just being thrown out there. I don't think it's rejected. Look at Rice. I think it's a budget thing. We have to build squad. We already spent 200 million in January, 500 across 2 windows. This is not FIFA. I do hear you on that. I do 100% hear you on that. But with the Rice one's a really good example, because that's one that I've used a few times. I get why we walked away from Rice, because at the time we didn't need Rice that much. In hindsight, he would have been a great signing, but at the time we didn't need him that much. Arsenal wanted him more. City tested the waters and said, nah, it is what it is. We're going to walk away. For me, the Wirtz one, at this point, I think it would have been worth getting it over the line. However, I will stand by the fact that we need world-class 8s before we need another 10. Would you agree with that, Patrick, or do you think no? We need a world-class 10 more than we need world-class 8s.
I think getting 1-8.
Appreciate the super chat. Sorry,
getting 1-8 in this team right now, just 1-8, a world-class 8. Let's say it's Reijnders. Reijnders walks in. It's good, but we need a 10, because this is why I'm saying we need a 10 is.
Well, no, hold on. You didn't quite answer me there. Do we need a world-class 10 more than we need world-class 8s? And this is going by what we have at the moment.
I think I'm taking the 10, because I think I can still.
What happens to your boy hsve?
hsve is there, but I'm just looking at it saying, regardless the fact that hsve is here, is Pep Guardiola going to give hsve the time of day? Is he going to give him, unless it's a world-class player? Because what I'm looking at is this. Look, I get it. Foden at his best, like we saw the stats yesterday. So Foden at his best went over stats of Wirtz. Foden had 19 goals, 7 assists. Wirtz had, like last year when they were both playing number 10, Wirtz had like 10 goals and maybe I think it was 11 assists. So at the end of the day, yes, we can, but there's moments where we need a certain type of profile, and Wirtz was going to be that type of profile. So at this point in time, I don't know. I'm leaning towards the 10, because I think Nico Gonzalez and Nico O'Reilly can actually play the 8.
Yeah, bro, but again, hold on. Patrick, I'm sorry. I've got to stop you here, right? Are you going to tell me, right, that from what you've seen, yeah, Nico O'Reilly is a better 8 than Foden, hsve and Marmoush are 10s?
Not really, but I see potential.
But that's what you're only saying. You're saying we don't necessarily need a better 8 because we've got Nico O'Reilly and Nico Gonzalez, but we need a 10 because we've got Foden, Marmoush, and hsve.
I don't put. That's another thing about me. This Marmoush thing as a 10.
You can just say you want both, by the way.
I don't buy the Marmoush thing as a 10. I'd rather buy him as a winger or just playing somehow as a second striker in a certain way, but not as a 10-10. So what is missing in this team is creativity, isn't it? Creativity is missing.
Right. Let's just look at this, right? Because we have to be. When people say this isn't FIFA, then you're right. This isn't FIFA, right? But so we have Pep Guardiola as our manager. Yeah, we don't have anyone else as a manager. We have Pep Guardiola, right? So we know the way Pep is going to play. Now, if we go and buy more wingers, let's say if we go and buy Rodrigo, right? Will that work with us? Or we have to kind of look at how City are going to play and put players in based on that. So do you think we're going to play with wingers next season as our plan A?
I don't even know what we're going to play as next season. I think at the end of the day, that's why I'm saying, remember people were saying we're going to have to wait, because I don't even know what system he's going to play this season. Because looking at the system, obviously this year things haven't worked out. So we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to see who's going to be the assistant manager. We're going to have to see what tactics he's going to employ, what he's going to change. Because he keeps saying in the media that he believes that teams have changed. He believes that football has changed in England. Even the players keep talking, saying teams seem to have changed. The players are more, there's more tactic. The players are more technical. The players are more aggressive. And Pep Guardiola say the same thing. We are struggling with transition. We can't handle transitions. We can't handle most of the play these guys are doing. So let's just wait. We are we can predict here saying.
But I just feel like we have so. And listen, by the way, I am a fan of Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo's a mint player, right? But correct me if I'm wrong. Rodrigo wants to play off the left, yeah?
Yeah, he wants to play off the left.
Okay, cool. So Rodrigo wants to play off the left. Marmoush plays off the left, right? Because bro, if you're trying to tell me, yeah, that you don't feel Marmoush in the 10, cool. Then how are we going to play Marmoush, Rodrigo, and Haaland? Right. So it just, the Rodrigo thing to me just feels a little bit. And again, I rate Rodrigo. This is me not knocking Rodrigo, but it feels like, right, we haven't got Wirtz, which is a new shiny toy that we can go and brag on Twitter about. So, okay, we must go and get Rodrigo, who's another fucking Real Madrid Galactico type level. It does feel like a flex. We can go and flex it. We've got Rodrigo. Is Rodrigo actually, and again, if we just look at the way that City have played for the last few weeks, it's so clear to me personally that it's fullbacks and it's more strength in midfield.
Yeah.
The wingers.
That's what I'm saying. It's at this point in time, it's very difficult to determine what he's going to play because look, I wouldn't mind a Rodrigo coming in this team. I wouldn't mind another winger coming in this team because at this point in time, we need a sort of mature winger. But I'm counting the mature winger as Marmoush. I know people count Marmoush as the number 10. But I would count in Marmoush more as the mature winger. I think I put him as the mature winger. That okay, look, either of these kids between Doko and Savio, let Marmoush always play in the left wing, and these guys debutize. The Rodrigo one, you're right. Rodrigo is a shiny toy. I think Rodrigo is a toy that everybody wants. But I also think this Rodrigo guy just flirts around just for the sake sometimes to maybe make Madrid feel like okay, one day you can lose me. But I don't think he'll ever leave Madrid. And
do you know what? I see this signing, yeah. Rodrigo will uplift the mood, which is more important right now. I actually do hear that, yeah. It would, all right, fucking hell, yeah, positive. And it does make City look like we mean business. And if we didn't have Marmoush, I'd probably be saying more, let's go and get Rodrigo. But ultimately, if we go and get Rodrigo, I just struggle to see how it would work. Like Rodrigo, because I'm with you, by the way. I think next season, the way we're going to play will be Haaland up top with Marmoush and Foden, or Marmoush and hsve maybe, or Marmoush and Bob maybe even Marmoush and Savio behind Haaland. And then a midfielder, say Rodri, Reijnders, Morgan Gibbs-White, and then we'll have fullbacks that are providing the width. And so Marmoush and Bob won't be like hugging the touchline like maybe Doku and Savio do. They'll be sitting more ultimately in the 10-ish role, or you could say an inside forward. You could maybe say. So
yeah, you can say that. It's just let's just see how it goes, you know. And I think you're right. The first thing is for Reijnders to be signed in, and whatever they do right now, I think. Do you remember what we discussed months ago? We said if Wirtz would walk into the City team, and then they start signing not so good players. This is the signed players are like the Worsleys and them. I think nobody cares, you know. Nobody will care. People will be like, it's grand. They're bringing Morgan Gibbs-White, it's okay. But I think it's right now, I think the eyes are much wide open and there's going to be more criticism. And I think whatever the board do right now, they're going to have to bring something great out. I'm seeing this same guy, people keep posting. I was just watching his comments on YouTube as we do.
Who's that?
This is I don't know how you say, is it Sim?
Right, the guy that people keep mentioning. What's he saying? Is
he looks great. He looks like a very good attacking midfielder.
Right. So actually, isn't when people are saying his name, they're not bantering. They're actually being serious.
It looks like they're talking about a potential baller. But there are these around though. There's a lot of the people who attends like him. A lot of them, but it's just that he comes in. the issue with these 10s, right? They are talented, but they come in. But the issue what's going to happen is because they're coming in, people just want them to be the next KDB, and it's going to be impossible. There'll be so much pressure on their shoulders. But you never know. Some of the players can take it, but we'll see how it goes. For me, at this point in time, I think I'm just going to relax and just watch the window and see how it goes and see how we respond.
Well, sorry, we'll come back to that quickly. 625 people in here. Only a third of you have liked the video. If I could ask you one more time, please, just to give the video a like. It will only take 2 seconds. And get that guy out of the house. I don't want to hear a scouser on the phone to you.
Hey, he's coming.
What?
He's coming.
He's not coming here. I'm going out then. He can fuck off. Mons is on the phone to Cass. I don't want to be around that guy today.
Wait, is Mons coming over to your place?
Well, if he is, I'm going out. I don't want to see a Liverpool fan today. No,
yeah. You're not gonna. Do you know what's gonna happen? Because the next one will be Here We Go, and that will be the most painful.
Yeah,
one.
well, Steve's down in London for the Fulham game tomorrow. I'm trying to get a ticket. I don't know if you saw this before, right? But Steve's put on his Instagram, if anyone's got a ticket, if anyone's got a Fulham ticket, message Daps, right? Someone's inboxed me saying, hello, mate, I've got a Fulham ticket. So I messaged him back and said, brilliant, how much you want for it? And he responded saying, no, Steve told me to message you if I've got one. I'm just letting you know I've got one for myself. You absolute shithouse. This one, another super chat from Adju saying, I'm hurt losing out on Wirtz. He's a game changer. I agree. Look at games like Leicester, Chelsea, Newcastle, so on. KDB changed that. Wirtz can do it. 90% of games we win with the system, but 10%, that is, well, that ratio is actually probably a bit lower than that currently, but 10%, that is what we're missing out from Wirtz. Yeah, I hear it, bro. That's why I wanted him. It is what it is. But what you just said there, Patrick, that all we can do at this point is watch the window and like but this is the key of this stream: is we can't throw our toys out the pram. We can sulk. Like it's what we do. We're going to sulk a little bit over it, but the board need to react now. They really, really need to react. And the news dropping just afterwards yesterday that we're trying to barter over fucking Reijnders. I don't want to see that.
You mean the 10 million? We're trying to hack up the 10 million. And those are not even pounds. Those are euros, by the way, guys. If you clocked it, it's not pounds.
Do you know what? Actually, I'm even going to give the board a bit of leeway. Yeah, that. Because the window's not open yet, it's fine to be bartering at the moment, right? But what it can't be is we can't be spending all of our time going back and forth on over 10 million euros. Like, because if we do that, we're not going to be in the driving seat again.
Because you remember, I don't know, I think you told me about Diogo, that now he might even be signing an extension or something. So that's
apparently,
Then Chevalier is now going to Aston Villa, which I'm pissed off with. But anyway, look, at the end of the day, somebody said Kevin Phillips has to come back. No, he's not.
Fuck off.
What is I about to say? Look, we're gonna have to hold this L. This is probably Jesus Christ. We're holding L's this season, aren't we? Out of the Champions League, lost the FA Cup. We are battling for top 5. Just a snap of a finger, things can start looking peak for a club. But anyway, we'll see what they do. Look.
Do
you know what I'm praying for? I am praying for Tiki's masterclass, where he goes and dig up somebody we never expected, like a Ruben Diaz, like a Rodri. I am hoping there's a guy the club already put as number 2, but it's not. I hope it's not Dani Olmo. Funny enough that the Dani Olmo music is gone. Dani Olmo music is now gone. It's died down.
Hasn't it? Yeah, it has.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was to comfort us. It was to comfort us for the minute, but we'll see anyway. How old is Dani Olmo, by the way? Just out of interest, since we're here. Let's see.
I think this is the thing at this point, right?
Dani Olmo is 27 years old.
Like, as an example, it sounds like Liverpool have been talking to Wirtz for 3-4 months, right? So we could be more advanced with certain players than we know, right? But I just we need to get moving as soon as the window's done. Like I keep saying, we can't do anything at the moment. Negotiations are more difficult for us at this point because we don't know what level of football we've got. Do you know what? The other thing is as well, we don't even know what players are staying. We don't know what players are going. We need to get rid of some players. Like that's the other thing. We need to know what money we've got coming in. Do we? And when people say, oh no, see, you've got plenty of money, it's fine. Listen, again, this is not FIFA, right? This is not FIFA. Books need to be balanced, right? So before we can go and spend X amount and Y amount on wages, we do need to know what is coming in next season. And Champions League football is probably an extra 120, 130, 140 million. So we need all these things in place, and they probably have a plan, but they can't execute it till everything falls into place. Let me just ask you one thing. If there was one player, and now we know we're not getting Wirtz, by the way, if there was one player that you think we must go and get done, who would it be?
It'll be Turkey, and I don't care about his attitude. I don't care about this behavior. These people these days with this attitude thing. Who cares if the guy is scoring so many goals? I remember people were talking about Bruno, but look at what Bruno has done for United. Like, nobody cares. Just let the guy play. But also that Charles guy. I don't know if he plays for Atlanta. The Charles guy I've been hyping. I'm going to send you a clip of him. I think he's good enough. I think he's potential. He's Belgian. He's from Belgium.
Hold on. Sorry. Finish. But I'm just gonna. Sorry, Patrick. Finish. But I'm gonna star this chat, so I can bring it up. Sorry. What Belgian player? Sorry, I'll stop you there.
His name is Charles. I don't know if you've seen. Let me send you his thing here.
Good.
He's.
Is he good, or does he look good on clips? Like, have you?
I think he's good. I think he's good.
Yeah,
I think he's good. I'll put him in the chat there.
That's lovely.
That's his name. But I think he's good. I think I would bring him in. You know, because some of this is the same as the guy that people kept on sending you to. You know, the one people keep sending you. Yeah, those are the type of players that. They are sort of the number 10s that are modern. They're sort of a modern number 10. But look, at the end of the day, we're gonna have to just wait. We're gonna have to just wait and see, because at this point in time, I think we have no answers. Even for the answers for the response, we don't have an answer. That's why you cannot even do a transfer video right now after this first thing and say, "Oh, I think we're gonna go this direction." Like, it's been difficult for everybody. We even talk about Madrid. Let's not forget that Jude is not a number 10. Madrid doesn't even have a proper number 10, to be honest. The Turkish guy is a baller, but they keep him on the bench. So, I don't know, man. Look at Szoboszlai, not a very good number 10. That's why maybe they're going after Wirtz. Cunha is sort of a striker number 10. Not very concentrated. Cunha's got 15 goals. He's not very focused on creativity. These creative players are becoming scarce. The other guy who I admire is the guy from the number 10 from Leicester City. I don't know. I forgot his name. Do you know the number 10 from Leicester City? Let me see his name. What's his name? The number 10 from
Patrick.
Leicester. Yeah.
See, this is interesting. What you said earlier about us shopping at Aldi and Lidl. Would you not say that if we go in for Leicester's number 10, that we're now shopping at Aldi or Lidl?
No, I'm just looking at potential ballers. I'm looking at. I have nothing.
Listen, I'm not saying nothing on the player, but some might say that is definitely shopping at Iceland.
Well, right? Sometimes you have to go to Iceland.
Listen, I shop at Iceland. I shop at all the shit shops. The shit shops are the good shops nowadays. Fuck the expensive shops.
I think his name is Bilal, isn't it? His name is Bilal. His name is Bilal. I think he's a baller. I think even if Leicester go down, this Bilal kid has to Bilal has to.
Right. So sorry, I just need to pull up this chat quickly from Axe. You spent 500 million these past 2 windows, probably to be covered by some random sponsorship 1,000 times above market average. Can someone break down the 500 million we spent in the last 2 transfer windows? Because I am completely fucking baffled.
I'm also baffled. Did we just spend money on Savio last time? It was only Savio.
It was bro. We spent the least money in the summer. It was Savio. Literally, it was Savio. So we spent, I think in January, we spent 165 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then Savio cost, I think, a maximum of 30. Yeah.
Do you know what people keep doing though?
So we spent 200 million. How the fuck has that gone up to 500 million? Bro, go and get some maths lessons, brother.
I have noticed this stuff. People are just calling City spent 200 in January. That's what they keep saying.
Yeah, and it's not 200.
It's
180,
it's not. Yeah, it's not 5. Yeah, they keep calculating it just like that. No, at this point in time, look, let's just wait and see. But it is what it is, man. We've been rejected. Big up to you, Scousers. I hope you enjoy winning the league. But here's another thing for Liverpool fans. I dare you. I double dare you to not win the league after this, or not do anything in the Champions League. Because now it's pressure on Slot. Because first of all, Dabs, even Wirtz is here. If you're watching this, you better perform. You better come and perform. I will watch every game.
Trust me, bro. Listen. Bro, trust me, because listen, Núñez flopping hit like crack. Yeah. So, but listen, I'm not gonna hate. Wirtz is a fucking signing I wanted. Right, another super chat came in saying Patrick, club picking players recently not working. Sterling Mahrez replaced with Doku and Savio. Silva Núñez. Where is the goal output? Our goal is now for. What? Our goal is now from 9. Appreciate the super chat. I don't get the last bit.
Can I be honest with you? I get where you're coming from, but I think the other issue has been the fact that KDB has declined, and the other issue has been that our midfield hasn't been great. And then another thing, as Dap said, it also has been that we've been trying to play centre backs as 4 backs, so that also removes the creativity. Because if you talk about creativity, when Cancelo was a 4 back here, Cancelo was providing so much. Cancelo was providing so much. So look, as a team as a whole, the creativity has been horrible. And it's funny, as I told people, that it's been KDB carrying the creativity in this team. So that's why maybe if Reijnders comes in, Reijnders is more of a box crusher and scoring goals. But Reijnders comes in, I think we have more confidence in the midfield. So whoever is the creative midfielder doesn't have to care much about tracking back. Because if you look at Foden, the time when he was player of the season as a number 10, Foden's only cared about crashing the box, scoring, and trying to assist. That's what Foden cared about. So our number 10, sometimes you have to give them freedom. That's the reason why I think Odegaard is struggling this season, because he was being asked to drop back a lot and do a lot of tracking back. Odegaard was not just left to do what he has to do. So guys, let's just calm down. I know that Doku and Savio are not the cup of tea. People keep on talking about Riyad Mahrez, talking about Raheem. Let's not forget Raheem before Pep was not all that. And let's look at Sane after Pep or before Pep. They were not as good. So let's just give these kids a chance. I know right now.
Well, let's give the board a chance as well. Let's give. Do you know what? One thing that I've learned over the years, you can try and rush things. You can try and find a way to get back to being the happiest you and being the you that's in the best place. It don't work. You just have to sometimes let it cook. Yeah. And at the moment, I think that's what we just have to, like, today it hurts. We didn't get Wirtz. We're worried. I'm worried. But all of a sudden, if you know, on Wednesday, we get a bumper that fucking Reijnders is done, right? And then we get another bumper that, I don't know, Ike Nori or something is done. Yeah. All of a sudden, we'll be a lot more positive.
I think we would. To be honest with you, if Reijnders walks through the door with Adnori, I think I'm okay. I think I will just sit there and say, okay, this is good. Madrid could hijack Reijnders. Please don't do that. Alphabet chips, please don't. Alphabet chips, don't do that, please. I don't want to go on blood pressure tablets. I don't want to do that. Please just don't do that. Don't start putting Reijnders. Reijnders is not average. Let's not lie. He's just one MVP. He's just one MVP next to the great Scott McTominay in Serie A. We'll see anyway. Anyway, I have to be on my way now. I have to.
Yeah, we're gonna
ready.
We there we go. We better wrap that up fast. He wasn't talking about the show, but we are going to wrap the show up now. Listen, right now the focus has to be on Sunday. We have to go and get the job done, or to be fair, we just have to go and let the job be done by another team. Either way, we have to get Champions League football more now than ever.
I think now with the fact that Wirtz is not coming, imagine if that happened. Oh my God, these people will kill someone.
Hold on, what? Sorry, Pier is Pier 28 a City fan? I think he is, right?
We're not in for Reijnders. We have too many number 8s. We need a 6 and a 10. You need a 6.
He can't be a City fan, surely.
Oh, look. I know where you're coming from. Kovacic is an 8.
But all of our 8s are over the age of 30.
Yeah, and you call them uncles. So
yeah, we actually have quite. Oh, he's a Madrid fan. Oh, my bad. He's a Madrid fan. Right. That makes sense. Cool. I was going to say. Anyway, listen, we're going to wrap it up here.
So he says Madrid are not in for Reijnders.
Oh, happy birthday to! Is it your daughter's birthday?
Yeah, Patrick. He said
Patrick, is it your daughter's birthday?
No, we're just hanging out.
No, they're just hanging out, bro.
He said she turns 9 today.
No, you asked me that. How old is she?
Yeah.
Wait. Am I high? Wait. Let me
I think Cass might be high. You know, one of you two's high either way.
Yeah, one of us might be high.
Oh, he said daughter day. I thought he said
daughter day. Yeah. He thought you said birthday.
Wait.
Well, happy birthday to your daughter.
Wait. You just asked me how old is she? I said daughter day. Yeah. So it's you who's high. It's Cass who's high, not me. I thought I was high.
Well, anyway, we're going to wrap this up here.
How old is your daughter?
9. My daughter's 9 as well.
Oh, 9 as well.
Yeah, she's 9 as well. She's away in Turkey at the moment with her mum. So,
she's a handful, isn't she? Because mine is a handful.
Yeah. Nah, do you know what? She's not. She's good as gold. I can't lie. She's absolutely good as gold, bro. She's going to be a handful one day, no doubt. But at the moment, she's pretty fucking perfect. I can't lie, bro. It's actually, I'm baffled at how good she is. But anyway, right, we're going to wrap this up here. Might be back later. I would love to say we're going to be back later because there's going to be transfer news dropping and City going to get a load of things over the line. We might not. But if anything does drop, there will be a show later. If not, I'll probably do a show tomorrow morning. And Never a Foul will be back tonight. At what time, Cass? Back live at about 8 p.m. I am going to leave you with... I'm going to play this for one last time. This is for every City fan to have one last meltdown to. This is to every Liverpool fan to laugh at us a little bit more. But listen, until you retain a trophy, yeah, we're still laughing at you.
Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stade will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. How about it, Florian? Florian. How art thou, Florian? Smash the likes up, man. Come on. I'm fucking...